What is up, folks? Justin Phillip here, back again from Dog Times Productions. Today we are going a little old school. We are comparing the output and intensity of the Aputure 300d Mark I versus the Aputure 120d Mark I. Okay, so if you're anything like me, a low-budget independent filmmaker, and maybe you haven't quite pulled the trigger on either of these lights yet, I will say I'm really glad that I bought these things. So if you're interested in comparing the outputs of them, this might be the video for you. But then also, we are going to be taking a look at this bad boy. This is a pizza pie. No, this is the Aputure Mini Dome 2, and I think it is a must to have for if you do a lot of corporate shoots, interview shoots. Right here, you're looking at an example of where I was using this bad boy for this corporate interview shoot. So yeah, this thing is awesome. So we're gonna take a look at this too, the new Mini Dome 2. As you'll see, the 120 is still right here, and the 300D is now my key light. You can see it's extremely bright. Okay, now to measure the distance, I'm going to use my BOSCH Blaze laser measurer. Okay, if you've seen my videos before, you've seen me use this. It's pretty accurate. I'm just gonna point it at the stand here. The light is 4 feet and 10 inches from me, and we're just gonna take a reading on that light. Let me point it right here. From the mark where I measured, what do we got? Yeah, 16.8, so you could just call that an f22, and 320 foot candles. So let's try to remember that number for when we swap out to the 120D. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but that 300D was at 100%, okay? Obviously. And now this 120D is also set 100% on the same exact light stand. I did not adjust the height or anything. I literally just swapped out the two lights, as you can see. Now here is my 300D over here, and the 120D has taken the place of the 300D. 4 feet, 10 inches, 4 feet, 10 inches, okay? We're all on the same page here. Okay, now we're gonna do the same settings here, and so an f16, 180 foot candles. The one stop difference, I think, is what throws me the most, because you're like, well, it's only a stop brighter. It's only one stop brighter, and barely that. It's just barely a full stop more. But really what you have to look at is the foot candles, right? Technically, we should just be looking at the foot candles if we're really measuring the intensity of the light. So in actuality, yeah, I guess you could say that the 300D is in fact twice as bright as the 120D. Okay, so this thing, actually love this Mini Dome 2. Comes in this sweet little bag here. And if you've been reading the trades, or if you had the original Mini Dome, there were some problems with it. It had big, the way the rods came out, they poked way beyond the actual dome. And a lot of people, one, that does look dangerous. And two, it's like, poor design. Why would they do it like that? Whereas now they put out this Mini Dome 2. I don't know how long it's been out, but I think it fixed all of those problems, and it has a lot of cool stuff. Okay, so this thing is actually super quick. As you see, I just pulled it out of the bag right here. This is actually how it comes. The universal Bowens mount here. These bad boys just open up like so, and you can just pull this down and just start popping these bad boys out, just like this. And then these just pull down, just like that. Look how quick I built that. Look how sweet and petite this little dome is. And then we can just set this down for a minute, pop this off, okay? We pop our little bad boy on here. Okay, that's locked in. This is locked in. And here's our dome, right? Now that you see this right here, right? Here's our gel holder I had earlier. Let's push this back a little bit. Okay, now this just, let's actually put the gel on last, okay? Here, we'll put this in here. There we go. Just snaps in there, right? Now this pulls down, and you can just throw any gel you want in there and throw that in there, and it's magnetic. Now, if you wanted to be really nice, you could cut all your gels to match this, but I'm not gonna use the gel for the test. I just wanted to show you guys that this comes with it, and then you'll see how quick and painless that just pops out of there. And in this nice little pouch within the bag also, we can throw first the diffusion on, right? So we can and this is just really quick and painless. I think this is really cool for like interviews, like corporate work, you know. And then just put this down here, right along here. Okay, there's our diffusion. So if you don't know what the grids are for controlling spill. Meaning like if you just had this, it would just, the light would be kind of spread everywhere. And then when you put this on, it kind of focuses it. It focuses the beams more directly on what you want it to be on. And we'll demonstrate that here in a second. But for now, we're gonna throw this on, right? And I can show you what it looks like with, and then I'll take it off and you'll see what it looks like without. Okay, and we're gonna throw this on the 300 and check that out, and then we're gonna throw it on the 120. So right now, I already have this on the 300D. The 120D is up over here still. I'm gonna swap that out with the 300D with this light dome and we'll check it out. So here we are, the 120D is back over here. The 300D with the mini dome and the diffusion plus the grid is now my main key light. We are going to take a reading on that. Now notice the way the light is hitting me. For all intents purposes, it's not really where I would put it. It's a tad too close to camera, to be honest, in my opinion. You're not gonna get a really nice contrast ratio like this, but just for the sake of this test, it's, you know, it is where it is, right? Okay, so now we'll see here. Look at that. F16, 220 foot candles. So we only lost 100 foot candles, right? So we see what the grid is doing, right? Now I'm gonna drop the grid down. And now you see without the grid, right? And now let's take a little reading on that. So now we are back at pretty much exactly the same reading that we were without the mini dome on. So that is pretty interesting in itself as well. 16 and 8, remember without the mini dome it was 16 and 9, and 320 foot candles. I'm almost certain that's the same amount of foot candles. So you're getting the same amount of brightness pumping through that diffusion. That's a little interesting actually. Okay, so yeah, you're not actually losing any amount of light. With the grid, you're losing about a stop of light, almost a stop, and you're losing about 100 foot candles. But mainly what we're looking at is what it's doing with the light, right? Okay, so now we're back over here with my friend the 300D, and the 120D is over here with the mini dome 2 on it with the diffusion and the honeycomb grid, and we are going to see what's going on with that. 11, F11, almost an F16, and only 140 foot candles, all right? That's with the grid, okay? So now let's drop the grid down. Get the little light leaks out of there. Okay, and let's try this one. Yeah, F11, 160 foot candles. So, interesting stuff going on here with this thing. But that's just to give you guys an idea of what's going on with the mini dome on the 300D versus on the 120D. Okay, so I showed you guys how quick this thing was to set up. Now I'm going to show you how fast it is to tear down. Probably should be a little bit more delicate with that. Now, pretty simple. You just pop this off of here. Probably should be more delicate with all of this. Okay, this is my favorite part about this. As you'll see here, there are these little tabs right here, right? Okay, so now here we go. It's like when you used to get Jiffy Pop on the stove. If you ever seen Scream 1. Pop, pop, hip hop, hippopotamus. There we go, boys and girls. And it just folds down. Oh, had a straggler. There it is. These all fold down like this. I love it. And then this just, you know, pull these back. Try to keep it nice. Don't destroy things. Be nice with your equipment, Justin. Okay, see that? And then you can just drop it in the little bag it came with. You know, this Aputure bag. Oh, that'll work. Drop that in there. You know, it's pretty dope. What I love about it is you can have an awesome portable softbox. You can set it up and tear it down in less than a minute, right? What's great about it is you don't have to sit there with those little like poles assembling the softbox, because that makes you look, I don't know, what's the word? Amateurish maybe, I don't know. I just don't like that, right? And it's just super simple and fast. And then you got a softbox with a grid and everything, diffusion, everything. And the bonus is you can put gels in there. So I don't know. I don't want to tell you guys what to buy, but if I was to recommend some awesome softbox, again, Aputure did not send me this. I'm pretty sure they hate me. They don't know I exist. So they don't have anything to do with this. I'm just letting you guys know this is a great tool. You saw the example here. I'll show you again. This is a recent corporate shoot I did with this thing. All right, so there you have it, folks. As always, thank you for watching. I hope this was beneficial to some of you. And I do realize, you know, the Mark II versions are out. Why is this guy talking about these old lights? But hey, man, you know, if you're balling on a budget, when the new stuff comes out, now is the time to buy the ones that are not so new. But maybe you're not like that. Maybe you're not into leftovers. Maybe you're not even into reruns. Hey, man, to each their own. As always, thanks for watching. And if you haven't yet, be sure to hop on over to patreon.com/Justin Phillip for all the exclusive behind the scenes, all access pass, only $1 per week to check out what's going on with the feature film and all of the other like paid gigs and all the drama behind that if you're interested in that. So yeah, and be sure to check out the other links down below as well. My virtual kit bag, it's got all of my gear, just straight direct links to Amazon. If you're looking for some of the stuff in my videos, you're like, where is that? What is that? Be sure to go down in that link, the kit.co link. And as well, if you maybe want a few Dog Time shirts or a coffee mug, that link is down there as well. As always, thanks for watching. And for now, that is a wrap.